Well, hello there. I hope you're all having, or will have, depending on where you are, so we know you guys in Australia are in the future. I hope your weekend is fantastic. Don't forget, tomorrow I shall be doing a live. We're going to be looking at some of the numerous rabbit holes surrounding the IDAHO 4 case. But look, today I'm going to keep it short, I'm going to keep it sweet, because I know you've got stuff to do. So let's get into the meat and potatoes. Bryan Kohberger, there's been a lot of speculation over the multiple mistakes that he made with regards to the IDAHO 4 case, to the point where it's very, very difficult to comprehend how someone who was seemingly so academically smart was indeed so stupid when it came to this crime. Now, yes, many people have turned around and said, look, you can be book smart and street stupid. And we know that that is the case. We've seen it in the past. But could you be academically smart in this specific area, but then be stupid in the same area? You know, you can be clever at one thing, stupid at another. I've got friends who are incredibly intelligent. I've got a friend who is, in fact, a scientist. He lives in Turkey. He's a very, very smart person. But he blew a microwave up making a cup of coffee. I've mentioned it in the past. So, yeah, that does exist. But like I say, can you have someone who has studied criminology, has PhDs, or working towards his PhD in criminology, and he has numerous other accolades in terms of his academia in this specific area, but then go on to do a crime that seemingly makes every single mistake under the sun? I did a video yesterday that touched on this, and I find that incredibly hard to believe. So then that leaves you with only two kind of options, and that is, look, did he indeed do this himself, or was there someone else working alongside him? Was Bryan simply the driver of the night, and did someone else actually do this act? And that would support the fact that he had asked whether someone else had been arrested. And you could simply say that he hasn't spoken out because he is aware that this person is still out in the open and knows what they are capable of. He, don't forget, he has sisters, he has a family. And even though he seems to not show or have much empathy to them, I'm pretty sure that he would not want them to come to harm. So it is something that would have to be considered. At the end of the day, at this moment in time, he is indeed innocent until proven guilty. There is some confusing elements of the case, such as the fact that he is seemingly a strict vegan, but yet what was left behind at the scene? A leather knife sheath. And I know it's a simple thing, and perhaps he's not that strict a vegan after all, and that would as equally explain that away. But look, what is the other thing? If it is indeed that this is Bryan, he's the person who did it, he's the guy, he's the man, then why make these mistakes? Was he truly that stupid? All of his teachings, all of his learning, the fact that he wanted people to know how smart he was, and everyone who's come forward has indeed described him as smart. How can he be so stupid? How can he make the mistakes that he did? Now, have you thought that perhaps he just wanted to get caught? What do we know about Bryan? We know that he seemingly struggled from a young age. He seems to have dissociation issues. He seems to have things that are very similar in traits to paranoid schizophrenia. And you guys who have been around for a while, you will know that I have extensive knowledge of paranoid schizophrenia because a parent of mine indeed had it themselves. I was able to witness their own behaviors. And look, they do some very, very bizarre things. But yeah, he did seem to struggle. He did seem to have a complete lack of empathy. almost this dreamlike state where his life was not like living his life, but living watching someone else. He seemingly couldn't connect to anyone around him, and he made statements like, I can do things without repercussions. Now, perhaps Bryan has done this before. Perhaps he has done this multiple times and not been caught. We know that there are cases that have gone unsolved around this case, and he has shown the ability to travel if he sees fit, if indeed he is the person. So what if this was all part of a grander plan? What if this was about bringing his own story to a close? To go out with a bang? To show that the only way you're going to find me, the only way you're going to catch me, is if I give you everything you need to do so. Up until now, you had no clue. Up until now, you didn't know who I was. But now you do, and you do because I allowed you to know me. I allowed you to see me. What do you think? Are we simply talking about someone who was indeed academically smart, but street stupid? Are we looking at someone who is perhaps not our guy at all? Perhaps in the wrong place at the wrong time, and is acutely aware that there is a dangerous person out there, but then you could question as to why he wouldn't be pleading his innocence. Was he part of a bigger picture? Something that we're going to talk about in tomorrow's live? Or was this simply a case of someone who was looking to bring their own story to a close with one final act? Let me know down below. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll catch you all tomorrow in the live.